The Dark One, Part 4.
The teens watched as the creature paced the forest line. Damon looked at Mason and said, "I think now is a good time to drive." Mason put the car in drive and said, "You think?" The car ride was quiet, as each person seemed to be trying to figure out what the hell just happened. They pulled up to Damon's house, and Courtney got out as well, as she was his neighbor. They both looked at each other and exchanged a few glances. Courtney seemed pretty hesitant. Damon?" Damon said, "Yeah." "Do you mind if we just sit and talk on your front porch? My parents aren't home yet, and I'm all alone." Damon nodded. "Yeah, I doubt I'll be getting much sleep," Courtney asked. "So, can I ask you a question?" Damon replied, "Sure." "So why did you come back?" Damon exhaled. "Well, let's just say something pretty traumatic happened, and for us really don't want to talk about it." Courtney leaned back on the porch swing. "Fair enough. So, shall we talk about what happened tonight?" Damon shook his head. "Absolutely not. To be honest, I don't know what to think." Courtney grabbed Damon's hand. "He said your name, Damon. He recognized you. He knew you." Damon got goosebumps, and all the hair on his arms and legs began to stand up. He had been so distracted by what had happened, it didn't click. The creature did say his name. Damon said, "Can we please just not talk about it?" Courtney nodded. They both sat there, rocking back and forth on the swing as they held each other's hand. Damon began to doze off. In his dream, there was a young, beautiful girl his age sitting next to him. She was in a pretty white dress. She was smiling and laughing as they were driving. It was raining out. Damon looked at her and said, "Are you excited for the dance?" The girl nodded and replied, "Very much so." Damon couldn't keep his eyes off her as she looked so beautiful. But then he noticed her eyes widened, and she pointed in front of them. "Damon, look out!" Something was standing in the middle of the road, a tall, cloaked figure. Damon turned the wheel as fast as he could, and he hit the guardrail, and the car flipped. The car was upside down. Glass was everywhere, as Damon had cuts all along his arms and legs. He looked over towards her, and she had blood running down her face. Her eyes were closed. Damon could see she wasn't breathing. He started screaming, "Riley, wake up! Please, Riley, wake up!" He could hear someone approaching the vehicle. As he looked behind him, there was the face of the Dark One. He had a pale face with cuts all around it, maggots crawling all over his face. He had slits where his nose should be. His eyes were a piercing red. The creature smiled at Damon with his blood-stained, cracked lips. The creature mocked him.
Riley, Riley, don't die.
The creature laughed maniacally. The creature put out its tongue, licked Riley's face. He opened her mouth and put his hand over it. When he did, a white light left her body and went into his. The creature licked its lips.
The soul of the innocent has never tasted so good, Damon.
Damon's eyes were watering. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. "What are you?" The creature hushed him.
Shh. Don't you worry your pretty little head. Just wait until you come home, my boy. You will free me. This is just a taste of what you will feel.